Good morrow, ladies and gents. It is I, the Crimson Crusader, your favorite anti-MGTOW YouTuber that MGTOWs love to hate. Today, I have a special something that I'd like to share with you, my fellow viewers. I want to show you some new improvements on my channel that help make it unique and interesting. It's time to talk about how I'm upgrading the visuals and art that you see on this channel. Before you leave the video, I challenge you to watch the whole thing because there is an important message at the end of this video, specifically for anti-MGTOWs. Now, first off, I want to apologize to you guys for not posting videos weekly like I should be doing. And I know I have a lot of explaining to do. But for now, the only thing I can share with you is this. I've been dealing with some issues that have been hindering my ability to post content, and part of the reason why I didn't post a lot of videos is I've been busy working on other things, and I'm also spending some time working on the multiple things that will improve this channel. And one of those things I've been working on is improving my channel security to respond to the malicious MGTOW attacks against this channel. And it's serious, and I will be talking about this in another video. But for now, we're going to focus on what I have to discuss in this video. And I know what I'm saying is very vague, but that's all I can really give you right now. With all that out of the way, let's jump right into this video. As you all can see, this is the background I've been currently using for a little while during the introductory parts of my videos where I explain what I'm going to be talking about and etc. The background looks okay, and maybe I could get away with this if I was starting out on YouTube. However, it needs to be changed because the background is too basic, and to be honest, it really doesn't fit this channel's theme because it looks more like an abstract background for a professional photographer instead of something that's medieval. I mean, the torches do kind of help, but And don't get me wrong, this background is a good start, but it's time that improvements are made. And that's why I'm going from this to this. Now, I don't know about you, but this looks a lot better. The banners don't dominate the space, so people will focus more on the avatar instead of the banners. Plus, this background looks more realistic and medieval-like with a stone and fortifications in the background. And I think this just overall goes well with my channel theme. Now, if we compare the two backgrounds side by side, I think you would agree with me that this is a major improvement from the old one. I'm no art historian, but I think it's pretty obvious that the new background for my avatar is better than the old one. Now, I have one more improvement I would like to share with you, and I would argue that's the most important improvement for this channel. We all know what this avatar looks like, and I've been using it for over a year. It's great, but now it's time for an upgrade. I'm phasing out the old style to something new and improved. As you can see, the avatar is more detailed and it looks really nice. Also, it looks more realistic and natural with the shadow touching the helmet of the Crusader. So overall, I think this is a nice improvement compared to what I had before. Here's another side-by-side comparison. Hopefully you can notice the difference between the new and the old Crimson Crusader avatar. One thing I like is how the new avatar seems more vibrant in regards to its color. Anyways, the other differences between the two are so obvious that I don't think I need to point them out to you. Now, before I move on to the message of this video, let's take a look at the old avatar on the old background compared to the new avatar on the new background. So here they are, side by side. Overall, I'm pretty happy with these new improvements. And I hope you guys like these new improvements too, because you'll be seeing this in my videos for the foreseeable future. Now, let's move on to the message of this video. Before I talk any further, I want to let you know that what I'm about to share with you is my own opinion. Whether you choose to agree or even listen is really up to you. Anyways, so far what I've been saying seems irrelevant, right? Many of you are probably wondering, okay, good for you, Crimson, you have better art for your channel. So why should I even care about this video? Well, for your average anti-MGTOW watching this video, this message may not really apply to you. But if you're an anti-MGTOW content creator, then please listen to what I'm about to tell you. The reason I am showing you my new art for my channel is to show what decent looking visuals for your channel should or could somewhat look like. I'm also showing how spending time or finding someone to help you improve your visuals for your channel makes your channel look significantly better. As you can see, the newer Crimson Crusader looks a lot better than the older one. And I think that makes my channel look a little more professional, and it looks like I'm actually, putting in some effort in trying to find someone who can help me improve my art or, just doing it myself. So you can see that by improving the art and visuals part of your channel, that sends a message to not only your audience, but to the MGTOWs as well. Because if your channel arts and graphics are getting better, that makes you look professional and it leaves a good first impression on viewers. And you might be asking, okay, well, why is this leaving a good first impression on viewers thing so important? Well, you see, leaving good first impressions makes your content more appealing, which means people are more likely to continue watching or clicking on your videos. The more views, the more exposure, and the more your channel grows. It's really just that simple. But what you need to understand though is that people who purposely create and improve their own thumbnails increase their chances of getting views compared to people who don't. It makes your channel look professional because it shows you care about your channel enough to put effort into it. Also, by doing this, your channel becomes more unique because you're actually creating your own stuff, or at least having someone who's helping you do that. And standing out on YouTube will get you traffic because you are different from all the other creators. And I know this all sounds obvious, but when I look at the content out there from both anti-MGTOW and MGTOW, I'm not seeing many people who are not doing many of all the things that every channel should be doing. And I will get into what those things are later. But as I was saying, I think we as a community should try to put more effort in this part of the content creation process because I feel we could be doing better. And that goes for me as well. Now, instead of complaining like MGTOW about stuff and offering no solutions, I'm going to explain to you a couple of ways you can improve the art and visual side of your channel so you can get more views. Now, I may not be a YouTube expert, but I do know some basic common sense things that everyone should do. Working on creating and making better art separates you from many anti-MGTOW and MGTOW channels who are lacking in that department. If you want to be competitive in the content creation game, you have to up your game in many areas of your channel. Now, to be clear, artistic elements of your channel won't make your arguments better or give you 100 new subs instantly, but it will help you produce better content, and it could increase the amount of traffic you can get on your channel. Some of my suggestions will not apply to you. That's fine. Feel free to skip those parts. Now, here are 3 things every anti-MGTOW YouTuber, or really any YouTuber, should be doing. The first thing anti-MGTOW YouTubers should be working on is making sure they have engaging visuals in their videos. That means having multiple images or video clips within your video so that your video will be more interesting. Using the same video, image, or running the same video loop for 15 minutes straight is something that should be avoided. I'm sorry, but I don't think anyone wants to stare at the same screen over and over again for that long. It makes your video look boring and lazy. Now, I would recommend that you have at least a different image or visual every 1 to 2 minutes in your video. Now, the only reason you would not have a lot of engaging visuals would be if you are running a podcast or a live stream, right? And you're posting that on your YouTube channel. That's a little different. Another thing is you want to avoid reusing the same images from your last video. Now, it's okay to reuse some things, but if you do it too often, it doesn't look that good. The only exception to this is if that image helps build your channel brand, such as having a background image for your channel avatar. I'll explain more about having a brand for your channel later. Another thing I want to mention is you don't need an avatar in your videos to have good visuals. You just need to find some interesting images or visuals that relate to what you're talking about. And you can find free images on the internet to use in videos, but make sure you are following copyright laws and doing some research on the source you're getting those images from. You don't want to be like on some sketchy site and download viruses or something. Anyways, it's not that hard to have good engaging visuals, it just takes some time and some effort. Number 2. On every video, content creators should really try to make their own thumbnails that look decent. For something that is so obvious, you might be wondering why I'm even bothering to mention this in a video. Well, the problem is I see many thumbnails on anti-MGTOW channels that are, well, let's just say they have lots of room for improvement. To me, it seems many people are unsure of how to make a good-looking thumbnail, and some don't seem to understand the importance of how important thumbnails are on YouTube. And this is especially obvious when looking at the MGTOW community. Most MGTOW channels don't even bother to make good thumbnails and instead choose the easy route of using some random image in their video as their thumbnail. However, many other anti-MGTOWs don't do this either, which is really sad. So I'm going to talk about thumbnails because I want to emphasize the importance of making your own thumbnails. And don't worry, I will also provide some general tips on how to improve your thumbnails. Now, let me explain why thumbnails are so important. Having good thumbnails that you spent a lot of time on is important because it makes you look creative, professional, and somewhat experienced. Basically, it makes you look like you actually have a clue of what you're doing. Would you rather click on this or this? I think you know the answer to that question. But to put it another way, thumbnails are equivalent to billboards on a highway. What I mean by that is like a billboard on a highway, thumbnails serve as an advertisement that helps bring more traffic to your product, which in this case is the content you make on your channel. To get people to use your product, you use advertisement to get attention and convince people to buy whatever you're making. That's literally what a thumbnail does. You're making an advertisement on YouTube telling people, hey, click on my amazing video, and you communicate that message through the skill and time you put into making that thumbnail. Now, you should understand why thumbnails are so important to a YouTube channel. I have a lot more to say, but I think if I were to continue talking, this video would be way too long. Let's take a break for now, and don't worry, next week I'll post another video finishing what I started talking about in this video. In the next video, I will share some tips for making good thumbnails, and I will discuss the third thing an anti-MGTOW channel should be working on when it comes to the art/visual side of that channel. Anyways, I hope you found this video to be somewhat helpful. Do you think many people in the anti-MGTOW community need to make more improvements in the arts department? Is what I'm saying the painful truth that people need to hear? Do you disagree with anything I'm saying? Tell me in the comments below. Make sure to like and share this video if you think this information can help someone out. And follow me on Twitter or BitChute if you haven't already. Links are in the description. Until next time, my fair ladies and honorable gents, fare thee well.